Unfortunately, it has to, I'm not overgeneralize with the young generation, but there are students who just want to get a degree for the sake of the parents,
Yes.
not for themselves.
Yes.
And because it has become a kind of a commodity. Everybody has a bachelor's, everybody has a master's. So it goes kind of with the trend. They don't believe in education so much. They're not willing to work very hard. And unfortunately, this is becoming even a greater struggle with AI because they might join a university, but their only intention is to find shortcuts, is to use technology out there just to save on the hard work that you should put, no matter if you're using technology or not, in order to be able to, when you graduate, to have transferable skills.
Right. Educational system, but in my opinion, I think there's a lot of room for improvement.
Oh, for sure.
And I'd like to hear what the CIM is doing. For example, I've got my kids, they're in private school. My son is first year high school, so he's 12 years old. And they've got exams coming up now. I remember when I was studying for exams, I remember being super highly stressed and the ability to remember the stuff that, we were learning. So I was, you read the content and then you understand it. But this is so much content. When exam time comes, I wouldn't remember most of the questions. But my son yesterday was studying for this exam, and I hear like all these fellow students all studying, whatever it is. And I go to my son, "Have you studied?" He goes, "Yes." "How long did it take you?" "It's an hour." So I'm like, I don't know. Are you sure? I mean, if I had to come and ask you questions now, you're going to be able to answer. And my son's doing good in school, but I don't know. This is the first time he's going to do exams. He writes exams. And I realized that the current system, as it is, he's going to have to remember the stuff. He reads it and he understands it, and I get what he's saying. But he's not going to be able to regurgitate the information. It's regurgitating the information. And so here's my question. So, I don't see how that will benefit.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I mean, there are two things. One thing is that I say, all universities and business schools like us, we get a student at 18. He or she has been in the system for 12 years.
That's the way they've learned.
Yeah. So how can we change this person in 3 or 4 years? We cannot do miracles. We can help them to grow. We can help them to find a specialization that they enjoy, because you get out of the system with doing a lot of different programs and then different kind of topics. And then you come to us and you do 1 or 2. So first of all, the system is problematic. Exactly because there's no critical judgment. It's all about memorizing. It's a lot of pressure on the kids. They don't enjoy school. They hear about school and they want to run away. One thing is that we cannot do miracles. We get someone who has already been in the educational system for 12, 13 years. So it's very difficult to change. The second thing is us as institutions. We're extremely regulated by the Ministry of Education, by the government. So we cannot... They're trying to make us all the same. So they don't give us a lot of room to decide whether we do an exam or an assignment or different types of assessment, oral presentations. Everybody has to have exams. Everybody has to have assignments. So unfortunately, trying to establish a very strict framework gives us very little possibilities to maneuver. So we have to go over and beyond the framework and do extra workshops with the students and do presentations over and above their syllabus if we want to give them something extra. Because if all institutions and all universities, we generate kind of the same type of student, it doesn't make sense. We need to be able to develop students with different skills. We manage that because, exactly going back to your previous question, we're a small boutique operation. So when we have 10 or 15 students in a classroom, we really care to give them extra skills and we monitor them very closely. But it's extremely difficult to do that with 100 students in a class. You get lost in the crowd and it's only normal. So it's only a matter of numbers. So yes, we can do it, but we are a small operation. We're not impacting the total number of students coming out of higher education. In Cyprus, there are around 55,000 students studying in higher education at the moment. So we are a very small player. We are proud and we are a niche and we continue to be a niche, and this is our philosophy. We do other things to increase our turnover through more like B2B solutions. But what I'm seeing more and more is that you need extra effort year after year Because unfortunately, if I compare the students that came out of a school 15 years ago and today, they are even more problematic in terms of the skills and also the mentality. Because one thing is the skills. They might have good grades at school, but the mentality is that I'm not going to bother work very hard. I'm going to try to find, use AI, ChatGPT to do my assignments. Obviously, we need to integrate technology. We're not against technology, and students should be encouraged to make good use of AI. But of course, they should also be able to analyze. They should also have critical judgment and use their own practical examples to reflect on the theories. And you need also a lot of effort from the lecturers, which is another big thing. Because if the lecturer is there reading the slides and just giving the theory from a textbook, you've achieved nothing. And unfortunately, this is the majority of lecturers around us. I always give the example, how many teachers at school do you remember? 1, 2, 3. I've seen 50 or 60 over my years at school. The same goes with my university. I don't remember a lot of them. What we have achieved is that our students have a very high percentage of satisfaction when it comes to their lecturers. But you need a lot of effort to do that. Because the lecturers must really care about each individual, because every person is different, and not just go there 3 hours, read the slides, go home. And this is what usually happens. And it's a result also of numbers. If you are a big operation, you cannot provide, customized solutions.
Thank you for watching that short. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch the full episode, it's available over here. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell icon to get notified when we upload new content, and follow us on Spotify. It helps the algorithm.